You are watching AI Storytelling, YTS.
They say if you wander too far into the misty hills of Landour, you'll hear the sound of boots. Not one pair, but many. Marching in rhythm, slow, steady, inhuman. And if you hear them stop, if you feel the wind pause, if the forest falls deathly silent, then he is standing behind you, the faceless one, the Colonel. The last breath you take will not be yours. Up in the high hills above Mussoorie, just past the winding forest road that no longer shows on maps, lies a sealed ruin, overtaken by pine, mist, and silence. It was once a British military barrack, cold stone walls, spiked iron gates, and a flagpole that hasn't moved in over a century. Locals call it the Dead March Quarter, though its real name has long been forgotten. But the ghost that haunts it, his name was never forgotten. The Colonel. He was born of war, raised in cruelty, and baptized in blood. A man who served no god but the Empire. A commander who demanded absolute obedience, and when it was not given, he took it by force, even from the dead. The year was 1857. India burned. Rebellion spread like a fever. The hills were restless. Inside that Landour barrack, the Colonel watched his own sepoys like prey. He trusted none, spoke to no one. He believed the rebellion would reach him through his own ranks. So he made a decision. He gathered his entire regiment, locked the doors, and set the fires himself. No escape, no mercy, only screams. The fire didn't just kill them, it sealed them in time. And the Colonel, he didn't die that night. He lived long enough to hear every scream. He walked through the ashes, breathing in their final moments. And then he vanished. Some say he was taken. Others say he made a deal with something older than the hills. But he never left. He is seen only in fragments, never whole, never moving until you blink. The Colonel wears a scorched uniform, buttons half melted, boots blood-soaked. He carries no weapon, for he no longer needs one. His eyes are gone, burned out. Yet he sees. He watches the paths of Landour from the shadows of pine trees. He stands behind tourists who feel a sudden chill. He lingers in mirrors, longer than your reflection. He cannot be touched, but he can touch you. Every year, during the monsoon's quietest night, the march begins again. From the sealed gates of the barrack, the sound echoes. Boots, marching, dozens of them. And at their head, he walks. Not leading, not following, just existing. Between worlds, feeding on memory. No animals remain in the area. Trees grow twisted. The mist never lifts. And if you listen closely, you'll hear whispers in no language spoken today. The voices of the regiment, trapped forever, condemned to march behind their executioner. Not by choice, by bond. He doesn't let them rest, because he cannot rest himself. There are no sightings, only sounds. People claim to hear boots circling their homes at night. Others say their clocks stop at 3:17 a.m., the exact time the barrack burned. Some report voices outside their windows, asking questions in tones too old to be real. Where is my command? Have you seen my men? Do you remember the fire? And once, just once, someone answered. The next morning, they were found 20 miles away, barefoot, clothes torn, muttering, "We march still, we march still." Their shoes covered in burnt ash and rusted blood. You don't summon the Colonel. You don't find him. He finds you, in forgotten rooms, in cold hotel beds. In the final moment before sleep, he leaves no mark, only a feeling, an unnatural silence, a fog that moves against the wind, the faint scent of charred wool. If you dream of marching boots and a shadow wearing no face, if your footsteps sound like someone else is walking with you, he has chosen you. And once chosen, you'll never walk alone again. The ruin still stands, The door has no lock, yet no one opens it. No road leads to it, yet it finds its way into every traveler's story. And deep beneath that decayed stone, the Colonel's voice still echoes. Not as a scream, not as a whisper, but as a command. He doesn't want your soul. He wants your obedience. Because in death, as in life, he is still the commanding officer of a regiment that never died. And if you hear that final trumpet, low, broken, and slow, he is calling roll. If you speak your name, you've just enlisted. So, if you ever walk alone through the fog of Landour, and your feet feel heavier, like they're not your own, listen closely. That rhythm, that echo. You're not alone. You're marching with him. So don't forget to subscribe AI Storytelling YTS for more videos.